All right, guys, this is Jamel Gibbs. Welcome to another weekly mastermind session. And I'm excited about this call in particular, specifically because we have a student named Lenny who just got his first deal accepted today. Now, Lenny has been a part of our 10-week coaching program for, I want to say, about a month, a little less than a month. Is that correct, Lenny? I see you're on the line here. Is that a little less than a month now? And since Lenny has started, he's been doing everything that I told him to do. And I'll let Lenny attest for himself how the program has been working for him. But today, the other day, actually, we were talking on Saturday for about an hour, and really just going through some comps and showing him different things on how to structure offers. And Lenny was able to make an offer and ultimately get a deal on his first. It's actually got me thinking, Lenny, that we probably offered too much money because she accepted the first offer that you put out there. So Lenny got a $45,000 home in Hopewell, Virginia, under contract for $5,000. And our plan today is to show you guys exactly what we're going to do to market that property and start driving traffic, start driving buyers to make offers on that property. So that's the plan today, Lenny. What I'm going to do real quick, I'd like to open up the line so that you can tell of your experiences of being in the program, what you've done so far, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get your marketing on this particular deal started so that you could get this thing sold and get a nice little paycheck. All right, so I'm going to open up your line, Lenny. Let me go ahead and open it up. All right, Lenny, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome, man. Great to talk with you. I want to congratulate you, but not too soon. I want you to get that paycheck before I congratulate you.
Thank you.
But why don't you go ahead and tell everybody how long you've been in the program now? And as a matter of fact, let's talk about that. How long have you been in the program now?
About 3 weeks now, less than a month, 3 weeks.
So you've been in the program for about 3 weeks,
Yes.
and during that 3 week process, what have you been able to accomplish? What are some of the things that we've gone over together?
Most of the things is getting the system started. Some of the program that we implemented, but mostly I got of getting like trying to get talk to the sellers. That's one thing my weak point was talking to sellers.
Okay.
Then also to doing comps, doing real good comps, and also to trying to get your cash buyers,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find them. And like I said, doing this 3 weeks program so far, and it's been very helpful. The system works. I mean, at first I was kind of skeptical because this is not my first time with different type of real estate people. But I have to say that being with different type of real estate programs, you never really had a one-on-one because other words, when you talk to them, you had your assistant, they let you talk to their assistant. So you never actually got to talk to them. You always talk to their assistant. So you was one assistant, then another assistant, then you're not really getting anywhere. With you and your system, you are there one-on-one. You are there anytime I need you. I know where to get you. We talk on the weekends. We talk after midnight. You were there for me. I know you was tired and you had other things going on, but just knowing you were there, it really gave me the strength to do what I have to do. And like I said, I was kind of skeptical at first about the system. I said, yeah, rah, rah, rah. But I got to tell you, no, I got to tell you, Jamel, you was right. The system does work. If you trust the system, don't try to reinvent the wheel. It's going to work. And yes, after 3 weeks, I'm excited about this deal, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited as well. It's going to be a nice little paycheck for you.
Yes.
Um,
What gets me is just I'm not trying to interrupt. It's just how much I had to put into it to really knowing what you're supposed to be getting and how much little I put into it is, man, Words can't describe it. Jamel, I'm just excited, man.
Right. So let's talk about that now. For full disclosure, guys, I'm not saying that this is gonna happen to you, but what I'm saying is if you put the systems in place, like I'm showing you how to do on these coaching calls, this stuff works. I've been around the block. I've been doing this for 18 years. I know what works. I've invested in 18 different markets. I know what works, what doesn't work, and it works the same all the time with small adjustments. That's the importance of having someone show you how to do it, right? But Lenny, how much money did you put into it to get your marketing started?
I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, man.
Talk to me.
$246.36.
$246.36. Now I'll tell you guys this. Lenny, he found this deal, and he has how many other potential deals do you have on a plate from that $200?
3.
You have 3, so it'll be a 3 total or 4 total?
Just total.
4 total. To be clear. So we sent out a particular list. We sent out to vacant properties on this, didn't we?
Yes.
And you stuck directly to what I told you to do.
Yes.
And you got 4 potential deals coming from a $246 and whatever the cent amount is investment.
Yes.
Now, this first deal that we know we have, because we have it under contract, you bought a $50,000 home. We did comps on Saturday. The house across the street, literally across the street, sold for $52,500 back in April, right?
Yes.
And that one was in great shape. This one has been vacant for a while. It needs some work. And the lady was asking, what was her original asking price?
$15,000.
She was asking for $15,000. So we knew it was a deal right off the bat. So I told Lenny we're not going to pay her the $15,000 primarily because the house is, if she's asking for 15 grand, it's probably going to need some work. And if she's asking for that little amount, she's willing to go lower. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes.
Now we found out that this particular property owner, she inherited the house for $1 back in 1981. So she hasn't been taking care of the property. She literally just wanted to get rid of the property. So I told Lenny, let's run the numbers. We spent about an hour on the phone running numbers, doing our market research, searching the area. And we basically came up with an offer for her for $5,000. Now, when you presented the offer, what did she say?
Deal. She jumped through it right away. It almost scared me because I thought she said, nah, from 15 to 5, nah. But she jumped on it right away, 5,000. Deal.
Which tells me that we probably offered her too much money. We probably should have offered a lot less. But you know what? Fair is fair. We're not in this business to take advantage of people. We're here to create win-win situations. And $5,000 was a win-win situation for us, was it not?
Yes.
So, and obviously it's a win-win situation for her as well. So we want to be fair. So it's not about milking every single deal. It's about creating fair situations for everybody so that everybody can be happy in the deal. And then on the flip side, leaving enough meat on the bone to be able to ultimately allow the buyer to make some money as well. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is I'm going to show you guys the numbers that we came up with and why this offer makes so much sense. So we knew that the house was worth about 50 grand. We did our numbers at 45,000, right?
Yes.
So since we did that 45,000, and I've shown you guys this same strategy, I didn't change anything. I don't ever change, right? I've shown you the same strategy in the courses that I've put together. But $45,000 times 0.6. Again, anything under $100,000, we multiply by 60 cents on a dollar. Anything over 100 grand, we do 70 cents on a dollar. Okay. I'm sorry, 65 cents on a dollar. But 0.6 minus, I guess, 15,000 in repairs. And here's how I came up with that number. We know that the house is, what was the square footage on the house?
728, 730.
I believe it was 734. 734 square feet. Now, here's the deal, just for quick reference, so you guys can understand this. Anything below, well, let's put it this way. When you're estimating repairs over the phone, here's a good rule of thumb. You guys should write this down because it's going to help you in making your offers as quickly as possible while you're on the phone with the seller. Okay. So what I like to do, and what I've been using that works really well, is a square footage approach to estimating repairs. So typically, anything between $8 and $15, I multiply it by 734. So let's just say that property only needed uh, updating. It doesn't need a total repair. So it just needs some cosmetic upgrades. I'm going to multiply it by, let's say, $8, right? So that tells me that this property is going to need about $6,000 in work. All right. If we go a little higher and needs a little more upgrading, we're flexible. Okay. But if it's totally trashed and the property needs everything cosmetically, but it doesn't need mechanicals, then we multiply by $15. So anywhere between $15 to $20 is what that property would need. So I know this particular one, if it was totally trashed, it needs about $11,000 to $12,000. Okay. Now, for total gut jobs, it's $20 and up. So bare minimum, I'm at 734 square feet times $20. I know that we're going to be spending at least $15,000. So what did I do? I bumped it up to $20,000 to add a little bit on the spread, because at the end of the day, if I did 734 times $25 a square foot, we're at $25 a square foot. I bumped it up to about $26 to $27 a square foot to rehab the property, which is reasonable. Okay. So knowing that number, I took the $45,000 that we came up with after running our comparable sales. We did 0.6 and we said minus $20,000. And that's how we came up with a $7,000 offer. I told Lenny to drop it down to the nearest, what was it? The nearest, I guess I basically told him to drop it down to $5,000. I forgot what I told him. I said drop it down to $5,000 as a starting point. And that's going to be a 30% drop off of the number. So it's times 0.70, and that leaves us at 2,100. So if we did $7,000 minus 2,100, which was a 30% drop, we're at $4,900. So he offered $5,000. She took the $5,000 right away. Now I know for a fact we can sell this house. The house is really worth $50,000 times 0.7 minus 20,000 in repairs. Chances are this buyer is not going. It's not going to need 20,000. Probably 15,000 in repairs. We could probably sell this thing for 20,000, but we're going to drop it a little bit and sell it for $17,000. Lenny has the property under contract for $5,000, and there are what's the lien amount on the property, Lenny?
$1,638.
All right, so $1,640, let's just say. So this is the profit potential on Lenny's first real estate deal, and it only took him 3 weeks from the time he started in this program to get this done. Now, have you ever cashed a check in real estate before, Lenny?
No.
Have you ever had a check in this amount before?
Sad to say, no.
So how will this change the game for you?
Oh, man, this will be beautiful, especially with the system you told me how to reinvest back into the business. So
right. So I taught you how to reinvest it. So we're going to take, so the object here would be to take 20%, put it right back in, right? So you're going to have, now you go from a $200 to $300 budget to a $2,000 budget. What do you think is going to happen with your results?
Yikes. Man, words can't describe it. I'm just excited, Jamel.
That's the point. So this is Lenny's first deal, guys. First deal. Was it hard?
No.
How much time did you put into it?
I'd say about a couple hours, Jamel. It wasn't that much.
couple of hours.
Because
So
like I said,
literally,
because you got to realize the sellers are gonna call you. They calling you. You want to do any cold calling? They calling you. And I got in 2 days 53 calls in 2 days.
2 days off of how many postcards did you send out?
Oh, about
Less than
couple.
500?
Yes, about 350, 375.
375 postcards. He got, let's look at those numbers there. That's exciting. 300 and how many postcards?
75.
375 postcards times, what'd you get, 53
Yes,
calls?
yes.
You got about a 15% response rate on that mailer, a little shy of 15%, which is fantastic. You don't get that from postcards. Guys, if you do what I tell you to do, it works. Lenny did exactly what I told him to do, and he's reaping the benefit of it now. And there's no doubt in my mind that if you continue to rinse and repeat the same exact strategy over and over again, number one, you're going to get better at it, which means you're going to close more deals faster. You're going to be able to negotiate better, but also you're going to be able to cash more checks. You got one solid deal and three potentials off of one mailer, your very first mailer, and you're going to make over $10,000. That's fantastic. So at the end of the day, if you had to describe this program to everyone, what would you, how would you say, what would you say your experience has been?
The system works. I was kind of like I said first. I saw the ad. I said, yeah, rah rah rah. But I said, let me try it out. It's not gonna hurt anything. And like I said, I tried it out, and like I said, 3 weeks later, not bragging. Like I said, I just held your hand, and this one-on-one coaching call, it works. It works because, like I said, it's nobody but you. There's no assistance, none. There's nobody else calling. It's you. And like I said, you spend time on the phone, on the screen, just show me what I need to do, and I just did it. I wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. So the system works. It does.
That's right. That's right. So for the second half of this particular training, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Craigslist in order to market the property. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the second half of this training.